Now, I want to get into a bit more detail because I took some notes watching this movie again. There's some stuff I didn't talk about. I want to point out that the environments, like the special effects in this movie, are mostly quite good, but there is a lack. There's something about these Marvel movies where there's like it's not even like a lack of depth, you know, because there is depth to these environments, you know, where they're running around and it feels like a green screen. But that's the thing, it doesn't look like a green screen because it's well done. Like it's very expensive, this movie. There's a lot of care that the visual art, the freaking 3D artists and all that stuff they put into this. But it feels hollow. It feels like really a soundstage that's just green. We need to not just see those environments, we need to really feel them. I don't know if that means having more wind in certain scenes. I don't know if that means having more kind of fragments of stuff floating around. But these people are overworked, you know, visual artists, they're just overworked. They can't do it because Disney's evil. What are we gonna do about this? We're gonna do nothing. We're gonna have a bunch of hollow looking movies where people are just running around in front of a green screen and we're just meant to accept it. But like I said, there's some really good visuals as well in this movie. Also, there's like this weird moment like near the beginning during the octopus fight, the eyeball fight, where like America Chavez like uses her powers very briefly. Like she like breaks a stone with her feet, and I'm just like, why didn't you do that like before? Why didn't you do anything in that first sequence? She's just standing around. If the goal was to get the book, I'm just like, can you just jump from this place to get the book, please? Like, she's not doing anything. It was so frustrating. And like I said, the conversation in that diner where she's just like, they're talking about Spider-Man, and she's like, what, man? Does he shoot stuff out of his butt? What? Super weird. It's just like, the dialogue is just like garbage, dude. This is like some Spider-Man 3 tier, you know. Like, this movie is probably better than Spider-Man 3 by this much. Really. Like, it's got a kind of similar vibe to it, where there's like too much going on, and at the same time, everything's kind of underwritten. And there's some really good parts, and there's some really bad parts that, again, even out to a very entertaining movie, just not a good one. There's also like the issue that a lot of these movies have, which is like, when are we gonna call the Avengers on this? This is kind of like a weird thing that's going on, where it's just like multiverses, etc. But we probably could use like the Hulk. You know, we could probably use somebody, Spider-Man. I don't know. We could, maybe not Spider-Man because he's dumb. He's gonna mess it up. He's gonna screw it up. We could use like a bunch of people for this, okay? Okay, fine. They're all off doing their own thing. I get it. But it just feels like that story could probably use some Avenger help. But again, you know, fine. It's a solo movie. I get it. You can't have everybody in there. It's already kind of a crossover. So, like, there's this bit in the Sanctuary, kind of like Mirrorverse scene where like Scarlet Witch is like trapped and she's trying to get out, and they know that she can only get out through reflections, right? Because it's Mirrorverse. So Wong and Doctor Strange, they keep covering like reflections. America Chavez is just looking at a puddle. She's just like, ooh, a reflection. That's interesting. Oh shit! And then the Scarlet Witch comes out, and again, this movie is so bad at making you like this character. I just can't stand America Chavez in this movie. She is so freaking awful. There's a good amount of cringe in this movie. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. The kids, oh my god. The kids from WandaVision, so bad. Oh god. Oh, those performances. You know when there's like a good child actor and you're like impressed, you're like, wow, this kid is actually very convincing. Like the kid from like Iron Man 3, that kid was good. Like that kid did a good job. He probably deserved better, honestly, than he got in this whole universe. Like he came back for like a funeral for a second. But like those kids, man, just like the kid from Ant-Man, that kid sucks as well. Thankfully, thank God for Thanos, because now she's all grown up. We can have like an actress. But holy moly, those kids are bad. They are so cringy. Oh my god. The problem with America Chavez as well is like, it's not just the problem with her. It's just like, there's way too much waiting around for characters to do something in this movie. In terms of like in the middle of an action scene, some characters will just be waiting around for something to happen. It's just like, no, you got to keep the energy up. You got to keep this going, you know? Like, you can't just wait around while an enemy's doing something. It doesn't make any sense. It's really annoying. Like, the first time it happens, it's annoying, but like, it keeps happening in this movie. I got to be honest with you, like, Professor X in this big kind of yellow, it looks like a big toilet. Yeah. He kind of looks like a little old man in a big yellow toilet. Look at that scene again and tell me he doesn't look like he's coming out of a big yellow toilet. I need a drink. This movie kills Professor X. One thing I didn't necessarily understand is when they get to the book room, like the big space room with the magic book, Christine and Doctor Strange and America Chavez, they don't close the door. There's no magic spell that they can close the door behind them. No, they just leave it open for Scarlet Witch to show up. They know she's right behind them, so it's... What did I miss something in that scene? Possibly. Elizabeth Olsen is good in this movie. She's kind of like, she's like hamming it up, okay, as Scarlet Witch. But it's a Sam Raimi movie. It kind of works, okay? I thought she at least brought some energy to this movie. And she was fun. She did a good job. She understood the assignment. Sam Raimi movie. Let's ham it up a little bit. Let's make it fun. Scary, fun, perfect. She was great. She was great. Once you get to like all the other Doctor Strangers, when you get to like evil Doctor Strange, you get to zombie Doctor Strange, you're having a good time. Benedict Cumberbatch is having a good time, and you're having a good time with him. So he does a decent job. Rachel McAdams, however, she's bad in this movie. Holy hell. I would have killed off that character. Honestly. Like, that character was not memorable from the first movie anyway. I would have killed her off. You know? And I would have killed her off early during the wedding sequence. So that instead of having the cringy dialogue in the diner, she could have died during her wedding, which would have pissed off Doctor Strange, given him the drive. Because they're playing with this idea that Doctor Strange may or may not be good enough of a person to really handle this whole America Chavez business, okay? Because in different multiverses, he was compromised in some way, and the Illuminati killed him off, or he wanted to steal her powers. You know what I mean? Like, he was in desperate times. He makes a bad decision, or what you could see as a bad decision. It's questionable whether it is. Anyway, and in order to sell this further, they should have killed off Christine. Rachel McAdams didn't know what to do in this movie. She tries, but she's not good. She's a good actress. Rachel McAdams is awesome. Like, watch her in like Game Night. She's awesome in Game Night. Just watch Game Night. Full stop. She's great. She's very funny. And she's good in lots of other movies, just not this one. This is just not a good character for her to like sink her teeth into. She does her best. It's not good enough, okay? I would have killed her off, given, you know, the movie a darker Doctor Strange, who ultimately makes a wise decision as a zombie Doctor Strange, which is how it happens in the movie. I think that's what they should have done. Honestly, it's not bad. It's not good either. It's very uneven, but in a way that kind of makes it kind of like a watchable action movie. Like a very dumb, you dial your brain back to 0, and then you might have a decent time with it.